Good morning. Hey, it's your girl Dawn. Back at you guys again with October's question of the month. First of all, sorry for my voice. I'm getting sick. But the question of the month is: have you ever experienced stigmatizing language or behavior when engaging with any healthcare professional about my HIV? If so, what needs to be done differently to ensure that it never happens again? Actually, I have had one experience that always sticks out in my mind. So this was some years ago. I had hurt my foot, fractured it actually, and didn't know how I did it. Went to the emergency room, explained to the doctor what was going on with my foot. Now, first of all, I need you to know that the doctor never came in the room with a foot injury. And we all know that when you have a foot injury, the doctor needs to come in the room and examine the foot, right? He never entered inside the room. He stood at the door the whole time and kept asking me the questions. And at one point I said to him, "Are you not going to come in the room and examine my foot?" And he was like, "Oh, there's no need." Also, on top of that, I feel like he was trying to say that my partner had did something to me and I wasn't disclosing that, and that's what had happened to my foot. But I kept asking him, "Shouldn't you come in the room and check my foot?" He would not even enter the room. So for me, that right there was very stigmatizing to me. And I felt like he didn't come in the room because of my HIV status. So I had to go, of course, and get x-rays done. And they found out that my foot was fractured. When they brought me back from the x-ray, the nurse that came into the room to read me the paperwork on what needed to be done, I asked her, normally when somebody has a broken arm or a fractured limb or something, doesn't the doctor usually come in, examine the foot, arm, hand, whatever it is? And she was like, "Yeah, normally they do." I said, "Well, this guy never came in and even touched me." And she just kind of looked at me and gave me a look. And she was like, "Well, we're not going to worry about that, but here's what you need to do, blah, 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 blah." So that affected me for a while because that was the first time that had ever happened to me. But when I think about what needs to be done, I really think that more education needs to be done far as providers in spaces that are not direct HIV care spaces. I feel like providers, nurses, social workers, things of that nature who don't directly work with patients that are HIV positive have more stigmatizing behaviors and thought processes. And so I wish that we could get more education to them, more education when they're getting trained to be doctors and be providers, and yearly trainings. Like, I know for me, I have to take yearly training. So I would wish that more trainings could be done. I would love to go and speak on a regular basis to doctors and stuff, because you'll have someone not want to come back to the doctors for something because they won't want to come back because they feel like they're going to be treated different because of their status. And that's one thing we don't want to do, is lose people out of care for any reason in any area of their care as they're living with HIV. So I would just say that more trainings need to be done. More providers who don't do direct care with patients living with HIV need to possibly speak with patients that are HIV positive so that they know what could be assumed for us stigmatizing behavior, because I always want to hope that maybe they don't realize what they're doing, but I think sometimes they do. So I think more education should be done. Thank you guys again. Pray for my voice. I'll be 50 in 16 days. Your girl is living and thriving and surviving with HIV. Thank you guys.